OK, Pete, well, let's turn our attentions to sunnier climes. I believe we've got Chris Bailey on the phone, the Manchester Evening News correspondent for Man City. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Bit of a bonding session going on with the Blues boys. How's it going so far?
Well, we only got here in the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock this morning, and I've not seen any of them to see how well bonded they are yet, because they're all still in bed. But from what I've spoke to some of the coaching last night when we got here, and they say it's all going really well. So the proof of the pudding will be next Wednesday night when they play Newcastle.
Of course, the main reason that they had this bonding session in Tenerife, a summer training camp, if you like, was to get Robinho and all the other players working better together. Is there any news about Robinho when he's actually going to be coming back?
Well, he won't be coming here, as I understand it. He'll be coming straight back to Manchester probably Sunday or Monday. He's in Brazil apparently. It's his birthday at the weekend, so I'm not sure they'll see him before that.
Chris, any developments on the fine he may incur? You reported yesterday that he may get fined up to £200,000. A lot of the other tabloids have really sensationalised the story and gone 300 and above. But any developments on that? Because I believe he has to appease the gaffer, Mark Hughes, before the fine is dished out.
Pretty sure it'll be 2 weeks' wages. It depends whether you work on gross wages or net wages, but it will be 2 weeks' wages. That's the maximum they can fine him under the agreement with the PFA, so it won't be any more than that. But I'm pretty sure he's going to get slapped with a fine of some description. You can't just and expect to get away with it.
Some of the papers this morning, Chris, of the national papers, and some of them speculate, as you well know, are linking a possible swap deal with Drogba and Robinho. We do know that Chelsea went for Robinho before City signed him on the last transfer window. Do you think there's any credence in that?
I wouldn't think so for January. It could be something that they might think about in the summer, but I think Drogba's, if Drogba goes anywhere, he's more intent on going back to finish business at Marseille, from where he left to go to Chelsea in the first place. Don't see that happening in January. City's still actively pursuing Rocky Cruz as their target man, but Mark Hughes does want a target man.
Yeah. Did you get to see De Jong on the plane going over?
Yeah, he was on. I was talking about boxing earlier because he was on the plane with us, and he spent most of it watching DVDs of Muhammad Ali's fights and his interviews with Michael Parkinson on the way over. He's a huge boxing fan, he told us. He's going to have a sit down with him later this morning to have a detail on his move, but he was quite chatty on the plane, coming over, watching his boxing DVDs.
He's just the sort of player that City need to sign, though, isn't he, realistically? He's an enforcer, he's going to make a difference, he's much more in the Mark Hughes mould. He's just the sort of player that at the moment we would say that they need.
Yeah, he's not the biggest, he's not physically huge, but he's got a great reputation as a tackler. His former boss, Martin Jol, the ex-Spurs manager, told him to City, described him as the best defensive midfielder in Europe before he left. So he's got to get a big billing to live up to, but he is looking forward to it. He says he's ready to go, and he's going to relish the challenge.
Chris, I know it's all a bit early as you've only just got there, but are there any winds of discontent blowing through the training camp as we've all read about the Kaka debacle with Robinho going missing and all this speculation with regards to transfers and Daniel Sturridge, is he going to stay? Is he going to end up at Chelsea? Has this affected the team in any way?
Well, not from the brief chat we had last night with the coaching staff. They seem to think it's all gone very well. They've given them some R&R while they've been here. They've had a couple of nights out. They had a beach party one night, I think. And they seem to be working from 9 till 5 and then enjoying themselves in the evening. So it's, I think, the desired effect. Daniel Sturridge is here with the rest of the squad. I don't think they'll be wanting to lose him, although he is out of contract. Clubs can contact him directly, so they may not know fully what's going on with Daniel. But here when we got here last night was very cordial, and I'm sure it will be today when we go and watch them train.
The transfer window's getting closer and closer to shutting down. How many more players do you think City will buy before February the 1st?
Well, I know exactly how many they want. They want 3 more. They want a centre forward, a centre half, and a goalkeeper. Now, whether they can get them in that time or not is is open to debate given how long transfers seem to take these days. Although the De Jong one was completed, within 4 or 5 days of the first bid going in. Rocky Santa Cruz would be still on the radar, no matter what Sam Allardyce says. But that's still a possibility. Shea Given, the goalkeeper, the centre half might prove more difficult. Corey was the first choice. He doesn't look like he wants to leave Arsenal. Now he's back in the team, and Jolie and Lescott would have been the other alternative. So we'll see on that one, but certainly the first two names they would be hopeful of landing before the window closes.
OK, Chris, well, I hope you haven't taken your trunks with you, because I don't expect to see any photographs of that. We just want plenty of copy for tomorrow's Manchester Evening News. Well,
I'll be sitting down with De Jong and Mark Hughes later, and back on a plane again in about 7 hours' time. It's all glamour.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Chris. As always, not quite as ungrateful as Mr. Spencer here for joining us this morning, but do appreciate it. Go and get your head down for another little while. Thanks again for joining us again this morning.
Cheers, thanks a lot.